Welcome to ScratchStart. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are going to do the basic dashboard design. As previous videos I have already done the HTML sections, and for the graph, this analytics graph, I have used the SVG method. If you have seen my previous videos, I have already posted that SVG method too, using SVG graphs like diagrams too. You can see verify from that how to do that. For here I'm not gonna explain that, and I used for this purpose you can use Figma and other tools if you need, but I am just learning, so I did it manually. You can use the Figma too. So I'm gonna start the styling sections now. So next, firstly we're gonna do the main layout first. So for the main layout, for class dashboard, give it a display size type of grid, and grid template columns as sidebar width and one repetition. Then also give it a height of 100 VH. Now let's see, the main dashboard will be this is the main grid. This is one section and this is another section. This will be the sidebar, and this will be the actual contents. And next, let's design the sidebar. Work on the sidebar next. For the sidebar, with the class sidebar, give it a background of white, and then give it a border right, of 1 pixel solid background, solid border, with the color of 200, and give it a display size stylus flexor. Then give flex direction as columns, because it will be a column, it will extend downwards. So give it a padding of 20 pixels and 16 pixels. Now let's see. Side section is formed. Next, the sidebar headers. Sidebar header, give it a margin bottom of 30 pixels. See, the brand name analytics, that is the sidebar header, and with the icon. So next, the logo, the same sidebar, give it a class logo, and give it a display stylus flex. Align the items to center, give it a gap of 10 pixels, and give it a font weight of 700 we need the text logos to be thick, and give it a color of text very dark, and then the same logo has an icon too. For the icon, give it a color primary, and give it a font size of 1.5 rem. Let's see it is changed. Now next, there are navigations too, sidebar navigations. So let's style all these navigations. So for the sidebar navigation, give it a flex of 1. For navigation items, give it a display of flex, and align the items to center. Give it a gap between each as 12 pixels. Give it padding for each as 10 pixel and 12 pixels. Give a border radius too of 8 pixels. It will form a box around each of them. Border radius. Give it a color as gray 500. Then give it a margin bottom as 4 pixels. Give it a cursor, a pointer, and a font size some 0.9 rem. Let's say next we need the navigations to hover. I had a mistake here. Nav items name item. See, it is changed. We need them to hover. For hovering, give it a background as, and then give it a text color as 200, and then when the nav item is active, the background should be primary color. That color text should be white. I am using the same color patterns throughout my all the works now. So I am using like this because it won't cause any confusion while creating the root CS variables too. That's why I am using the same colors for all the projects. When I do the actual projects, it is some practice problems. When I do the actual projects, I will use different colors. Next is the sidebar footer. This Alex Johnson name, that is footer. Give it a padding top of 20 pixels, and give it a border top also of 1 pixel solid. Color variable 200. Say this one. And then for the user info, give it a display of flex, align the items to center, and give it a gap of 10 pixels, and give it a font size next for 0.9. That's what we used previously. It also has a person logo, and give it the font size as a 1.8. We need the font the icon to be bigger than the text font size. To give it a color of from refined. See, it is changed. Now let's go to the main content. This whole section is the main content. For the main content, give it a plus main content. It might overflow after or out of the box, so give it a overflow in Y direction as hidden, and give it a padding of 24 pixels. Let's see how it changes. It is not leaving some gaps, to lot of gaps. So let's give and say auto. Let's see how it will change. If it is given auto, it will all calculate for itself. There won't be any errors. Hidden is also okay. There will be any problem, but I am giving auto because I don't want any confusions. And give it a main header. With the display as a flex. Justify the content as space between and align the items to center, and give it a margin bottom of 24 pixels. See, it is smooth. Now for the main header H1, the dashboard heading, give it a font size of 1.5 em, and give it a font color as variable color, dark color. Then for the search box, give it a display of flex, align the items to center, and give it a gap of 8 pixels. Give it a background of white, and give it a padding. So we need to make the search box a little bigger, like broad, 16 pixels, and then give it a border radius too. You don't need a sharp edges for the box, so give it a some 30 pixels, and border color is 1 pixel solid color with variable and then give a width as 250 pixels. See, it is formed. Now the search box input. Input as with a border of none, and give it a outline of none, and give it a width of 100% of that flexbox, and put a font size of 0.9. Oh, see, now the whole search box is formed. That's why I said here the search box should be wide enough. That's why I said, if someone didn't understood that, Raven and see, I said while styling this, I said the search box should be wide enough, like big enough to type. See, that's why I give here padding and made this as a separate box, and then the input I made invisible. I made the display as none. That's why. And then the status grid. See the status grid. Here the stats grid. These things is revenue, user, engagement, average session, weekly revenue. These divisions. Style next. That next. For the stats grid, plus give it a display of grid, give grid template columns as repeat for 4 times for one row, one row, and give it a gap of 16 pixels. Give a margin bottom as 24 pixels. See, now it is arranged. Now for each card, each card means this is on one card, this is card 2, this is card 3, card 4 and card 5. There are 5 cards here. For each card, the background should be white. Give it a border radiuses. I already declared in a root, and then give a padding of 20 pixels. Give a display size of stylus flex. Then align the items to center. Give a gap between each as 16 pixels, and then give a box shadow as already declared root shadow. Here box is formed. We need, if we need to see it arranged and everything, we need to make it responsive. We will make it code it, write those codes in last. For stat card finished, and then the stat item. Sorry, there is no stat item. There is stat icons. For each icons, give it a width of 48 pixels. and the height of another 48 pixel. So the circle around the low icon should be formed, and then give it a border radius of 12 pixels and give it a display of flex. Align the items to center and justify the content to center, and give it a font size of 1.5 rem. See, it is formed. So next, if we come see here, for each division we also gave a division as for icons. We gave the classes stat icon blue, stat icon purple, stat icon green. So this is only for the icons we gave it. So let's style that now for only for icons too. This is also for icon. For stat icon blue, on blue, give it a background of RGBA color 59, 130. Colors. Very nice. Sorry, must be something. See, I gave two icon, two classes, that icon and purple too. So let's do that. I made an error, sorry. I have blue, even wrong color. Oh, there is blue. Very soon. There's a sorry. There's some syntax error. That's why it's not. It haven't worked. For stat icon purple with a background as RGBA color code 246 and 0.1 with a color as P5C6 users. Now the stat icon green, give it a background as another color code. I'm writing again, I'm saying this, I said it in previous videos too. Don't think that I am writing this color codes easily. I have already written down these color codes. That's why I'm doing easily. Then for stat icon, orange. That's what I believe that's what I see. Green completed, then orange. Yeah, orange. Give it a background as RGBA color. 58 7 and 0.1, and give it a color as warning. All the colors are formed. Now the status card H3. This revenue names all the names. That card H3. Give it a font size of 0.8 run and give it a color of gray 500. Then give it a margin bottom as 4 pixels. For the values is 124.5k, 24.8k, these values. Stat values. Give it a font size as 1.2 rem. Give it a font weight as some 700. Give it a color as some dark color. Okay, now the numbers are also forming. Next, we need the chart card. What is a chart card? This section. That means the graph and everything. So let's write that next. For the chart cards, the class as chart card. Give it a background of white. Give it a border radius as radius assigned value. Then give a padding of 20 pixels. And then give a margin bottom as 24 pixels. Then give a box shadow as shadow. Let's see the card is formed. Next, the chart header. Give it a display of flex. Then justify the content to space between. Align the items to center again, and then give a margin bottom of 20 pixels. Then the chart header H3 element. give it a font size as some 1 rem, and then give it a color of variable gray 700. And then for the values, this thing, for the chart values, give it a background as RGBA 185, 129 and 0.1, and give it a text color as green. Give it a padding value of 4 pixel and 12 pixel. Give it a border radius as 30 pixel. Then give a font size as 0.8 rem. Give it a font weight 600. See how it is changed. Now let's design the graph. This graph now. There's nothing to design the graph there. We just need to give it a container because the graph is already designed. Just give the graph container. For the graph container, give it a position as relative. Give it a height of 120 pixels and give it a margin bottom as 20 pixels, and then give it a padding of 0 and 10 pixel. Let's see this point. Next, for the grid lines, for these things, grid lines, for the grid lines, put that class grid lines. Give it a position as absolute. The top value of 0, left value of 0, right value is again 0, and the bottom also 0. Then give it a display type as flex, then the flex direction as column. Justify the content as space between, and then the pointer events as none. For each line, next step, for a grid line, each line, give it a width of 100%, give it a height of 1 pixels, give it a background of 100 gray, and give it a opacity as 0.5. See, the lines are formed. For these style is these lines, total lines. For this core line CSS stylings is for the visibility of these lines. And then for the graph, the graph means the SVG graph. Give it a line graph class and give it a position of relative, give it a width of 100%, give it a height also as 100%, give it a z index value of 2. Okay, see. Next, we have finished until this section. These things are these lines. Now straight to this section. These things are these points, lines, these graphs and everything. This whole section. So we don't need to design and write styles for it again. There is no need. I've already done this. This is the most complicated part for me in this HTML thing. So we don't have to do that now. It is already done. So let's go to the chart bars. The chart bars with the class chart bars, give it a display style as flex, justify the content to space between, align the items to flex end, give it a height of 100 pixels, give it a gap of 8 pixels, give it a margin top as 10 pixels, because there will be space between this graph and this thing. Then for each item we have flex value 1, the display type as flex, give a flex direction as column, and align the items to center, and give it a gap of 8 pixels. Next, for each bar, give a width of 100%, give a height 0, because they are only actual bars. We already plotted the points. Then give it a background of linear gradient, one variant as primary and another color as B5. and F6. With a border radius as pixel 4 pixel 0 and 0. Give it a transition value was height value. The minimum height as 4 pixels. Then for each bar item I gave the span element, give it a font size 0.7 rem, then give a color of 500. See the text is changed. Next, only this section is remaining. This is a table. See, this is a data table. This all is a table. So let's style the table next. For the table container, the class table container, give it a background of white, give it some border radius, a pre-assigned radius value, give it a padding as 20 pixels and give it a box shadow. I already decided that to shadow. Let's see a box is formed. Next, for the table containers, H3 elements, give it a font size as 1 rem, give it a margin bottom as 16 pixel and color as gray 700. The table should be wrapped, so give it a table wrapper flow class and give it a overflow EX because it will be overflowing the horizontal direction. Give it a auto, and then for the data table data, give a width 100% width with border collapse as collapse. When border is collapsed, you will see what happens. With minimum width as 400 pixels. Let's see, we collapse the border, so that's what happens. The table, next the table headers. The data table has table headers. For the table headers, give it a text align to lefted, then give it a padding of 12 pixel and 8 pixel. give it a background as 350 and give it a text color as gray 500. Then give the font weight as 600. Then give it a font size of 0.8 rem. See, this is the table header, and then the table description or the table data, these things. For the data tables, table data, table description, give it a padding of 12 pixel and 8 pixel. Give it a border bottom as 1 pixel solid, variant with gray 200. Give it a color, text color as 700 thickness, and then give the font size as 0.9. I used it before too. So let's see the table is formed. Next, for the status, this separate section, I mean the separate status column only. Now that's what we're gonna do now. The class status, for the class status, give it a display of inline block, give it a padding as 4 pixel and 10 pixel, give it a border radius of 30 pixel, give the font size 0.75 rem, and give it a font weight of 600 thick. See, the text have become some bold right now. So when the status is success, give it a background as RGB variant, and then give a text color as green. See, it is changed. If the status is pending, give it a background color with a color code 45158. Then give it a text color as warning color. See, it is changed. Now we came to the final and last section, the responsive design. We need to make the page responsive now, responsive to. Only then the design is a valid design and a good design. So that makes the page responsive. Use the media, with the maximum width 768 pixels. Give it a dashboard class. Grid template columns, only one row. Give it a sidebar class. It won't be displayed for this size, none. And then the stats grid for a column, repeat it for 2 times for one row. See it disappear. For screens with maximum width 480 pixels, give it a stats grid as grid template columns for only one row. Then give it a main headers flex direction as column, and give the gap between each as 12 pixel. And then align the items to each stretch, and then for the search box with a width of 100%. That is changed. So it is visible in this section, the 768 pixel display size. So it is in that description, like a tablet version. So this is the full code, and this is the full output. Let's see if it is trimmed to 480 pixels. Let's see what happens. Basically it's the same, just the 768 pixel version is the same, but it is not changing much in 480 pixels too, because I've styled only for the maximum text here. See, the text, the search box only changed. Everything else is just the same as before for the 768 pixel. So there won't be much changes. So that is for dashboard, basic dashboard design. We can make it even more complicated by adding more elements and more options and more graphics and everything. We can do a lot of things, but I've done the basic thing, like basic dashboard thing. So I didn't make it more complicated and made it more simple and grounded. That's why it is very simple. So that is and this is the dashboard, and I hope you liked my work. If you liked it, please give it a subscribe and share my video, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.